Good morning, everybody. Again, now I'm at you with my activity. Hope I didn't speak too long about my best practices, but I want to thoroughly get that out to you as thoroughly as I could. Anyway, on to my activity. So I have entitled my program, this is a working title, but I've entitled my program, Who Said You Couldn't Be Sexy? And this is a program catered towards women that have survived domestic violence. And I've catered it towards women that have survived domestic violence because women at our higher rate of surviving domestic violence abuse, but also they have been made to feel as though they're not beautiful, they're not pretty, they're not sexy, they're not smart, they're not charismatic, they're not confident, and they're unworthy. And those are all principles that I want to help them to gain back, that they've always possessed, but they just need little help bringing it out, bringing that light out again. So jumping right into it, on the right hand side I have facts and stats about domestic violence and women. And the number one fact is most incidents go unreported, and that's frightening. That there could be more than 30% of women that have been battered and bruised, and a much higher number than this 572,000 women that have been abused, mostly by spouses, boyfriends, currently, or exes. That number is maybe like, instead of 1 in 3, it's 1 for 1, which is terrifying. Very scary. I know, just to be open with y'all, I've been emotionally abused and in an emotional abusive relationship, and it's devastating and painful, and it takes a lot to get back to you, to say, hey, before I met you, I was this, and this. That's the reason you wanted to talk to me. And that's what I want to get these women back to, or women in general back to. Starting with this left hand side with the title of Health. And yes, it says women created sexy because, let's just face it, we're the sexiest beings walking. Sorry, fellas. Yes, y'all can be sexy too, but we got it. Anyway, health. This is just all the aspects of how dance affects health and well-being. And I love this very first sentence I put up there is, dance changes in the mind, affecting the person on a body level, but it promotes health and growth. So dance just hits on all three targets of things that you need to be healthy, to be whole, and a whole person. And it affects physical function, health, and well-being. It also contributes to a long list of things: lower body muscle, cardiovascular endurance, flexibility, gait, just all these physical wonderful benefits that dance can affect. And going down into mood, dance can affect your mental health, which does affect your mood and can make you happier. We all know music in general, as I've stated in my TR best practices, boosts the mood. So music with movement, that can only be an amazing combination. But with this boosting of mood in dance, you are allowed to control that uncontrollable. If you're impulsive, angry, brusque, and you just lash out in your everyday life, you're allowed to do this within a dance program. But it's in an environment where people will not judge you or say you're making a mistake, or that's terrible, or that's dumb, where it will be welcome, because the program is set up on a slanted rope system, I would say, where the sessions would have increased tensions, and then have low tensions. And those tensions will be asked to, work through what it made you feel like when somebody said that you weren't beautiful. Work through that emotion at a base level. Now show me what it really felt like when they told you that you weren't beautiful. What did you want to do? Did you want to yell? Did you want to scream? And instead of talking that to me, I would rather somebody would say, well, on a surface level, when somebody told me I wasn't beautiful, it just made me go, well, I'm not beautiful. Fine. But inside, I was yelling, I was screaming, I was throwing my fists, and I wanted to just strangle them. And all of that, I did like 4 different moves and just talking with my body. And that's what this class is the basis on. This will be a place where, of course, again, it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to just throw yourself across the room, especially in this portion of the program where I'm asking participants to show me, to work through that pain and that emotion, to purge, once again, all of that out of them. Coming up to the communication and social aspect is that moving in synchronized motions and in the same rhythm increases social behavior. I can speak from personal experience, being in dance classes, and we've all learned the big routine that we've all been working towards. It has its simple aspects as well as its complex aspects and its in-between. And we've all got it down to a T, and we can see in the mirror as we're going through routines how powerful it looks and how great it looks. And our teacher used to record it so we could watch it, and we would go, wow, we are really wrecking it. We are awesome. And you need that, because as people in general, we need each other to survive. We need to network to get to a better position in our jobs. We need a shoulder to cry on when things get way too hard. So the social aspect of it is so much fun. And then also being able to go to your fellow classmate, your fellow partner, and saying, hey, I'm not understanding that step she just showed us, or that step you just did. Can you show me that? And I can show her, and then we all can be able to do that step, and that becomes a close knit, something you can talk about outside of the session and go, man, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a good time. So why exotic dance? First, it's a gendered recreation, that it is catered more towards women. There's no men allowed. Do not take your clothes off, so you're not physically out there for anybody, but you are conveying your emotions out through all your movements. And it's also taking ownership of self. It's being able to flaunt your sexualities, your freedoms, your everything that you feel that he took from you or she took from you, whatever environment you were in where it was a battered situation. You get to gain that all back and say, well, I am confident. I do got what it takes. And that's what it's all about. So with the program, I have broken it down into different sessions. And for positive affirmations, I guess I could say I borrowed this from doing the yoga with the kids and how excited they were through the positive affirmations. I'm strong, I'm powerful, and I forget the rest. But they were always excited and enthusiastic about it. So I said, this is a good thing to start with. And so after writing a list of things that he or she may have taken from you, they took my beauty, they took my purpose, they took my being worthy, they took my sexy, they took all this from me. So we're going to bring that all back vocally first and say, I am beautiful, I'm sexy, I'm confident, I'm smart. Just all these things that we tell ourselves as we walk out the door. You may not be mentally rolling through it, but the only reason we are all here because we're confident in our abilities. And we want somebody else to be confident in their abilities as well. So vocalizing that list, as well as saying this little short, sweet poem about how amazing dance is. I loved it when I found it. I wish I knew the actual author, but all it said was anonymous. But I love it. It's a great piece to say how powerful dance is in someone's life. And taking it all back, like I stated before, with the slanted rope experience, is you're working through the pain. You're working through an emotion, somebody said. Excuse me. So somebody said I wasn't beautiful. Well, how did it make you feel? And you stammered. And that's what I mean by taking it all back. And when taking it back, you get to redefine your sexy. So that means we come up with an alter ego, and you show us how that alter ego is. So, for example, my alter ego would be